Another quick video. Another busy day. So just like last time, if you don't mind, I'll do a video while I'm working. Now if you do mind, let me know and I won't do it again. I might make a little noise, but not too much. This one here is about me. I haven't really talked about me for a while. I never talked about me really. But this one's about me when I started getting locked up. And it started back in '89. To the end of the '80s, put it that way. You know, I was a teenager. I was doing normal teenager stuff, stealing bikes, breaking into stores. Then I graduated, started doing some robberies, started laying people down, getting the connection, started robbing their asses, putting them down and tying them up. Didn't shoot them, just took their money, and that was it. Let them go. Eventually, got into bigger things where I started doing some bank robberies. Now, we'll just say I got busted for 2 of them. And I went to the feds. Now I did a video, said a little bit about when I went to the feds. So I ain't gonna talk too much about that. But eventually I made my way to federal prison. It was cool. It was cool. It was kind of kickback for a minute. People really weren't playing the North-South thing. Actually, everybody was just on a communication level. Everybody did their own thing. Everybody respected each other, and it was all right. Eventually, some youngsters roll up from LA, and sorry about that. And I guess they were on the gangbanging tip, you know. I wasn't really tripping. I was down for whatever. They wanted to get the ride on, I'll get my ride on. If not, I'm cool. And they were cool for a second. But after they got comfortable, one of them pulled a knife out on me in the kitchen. Put a knife on me. It was 2 of them. Put a knife on me, hit me up. And I was wondering, if it's 2 of them, why they put a knife on me if it's 2 of them? That right there showed me they had fear. You know, because I would have ran a fade with them, no problem. But I guess they thought they were really on that high power shit. So I got at one of their older homeboys that I was cool with. He was an OG. He'd been down for a little bit, but me and him we were on a good communication level. We did business together. I got at him, and I told him what happened, and he asked me, "Well, what did I want to do?" I said, "To be honest, I want to get my money." He said, "All right." He said, "Go ahead." I said, "But I don't really want to make a big thing out of nothing, but you know, because I was there already for a few months." I said, you know, I've been respectful to everybody." He said, "Yeah, I know that." He said, "We're good." Told me, "Go ahead, do what I got to do." So when these dudes pulled a knife on me, I was working in the kitchen. they had just started working in the kitchen. And so I waited a couple of days, and the dude that had the knife, or the dude that pulled the knife out, I caught him in the back behind the dishwashing machine. This big ass long dishwasher. Somebody put the trays in one end, somebody catches them out the other end. Well, I was the one catching the trays. And they had his ass on pots and pans. He had to scrub all the pots and pans. So he already had a little chip on his shoulder. But that's cool. I wanted it like that. So anyway, one morning came, and he went back there to the pots and pans, and he's scrubbing away. And I called him. I said, "Hey, let me holler at you for a minute. And I want to ask you something. I want to ask you, why'd you guys approach me like that? If you guys been here for a few weeks already, and you seen how I carry myself. You see, I wasn't on that gangbanging level. I really wasn't. That place. When I got to the feds, it was like some people played it, some people didn't, but for the most part, everybody just kept their distance. So I had told him, I said, you know, when you guys got here, this ain't that kind of place. You know, you see how I carry myself. I talk to your homeboys on a respect thing. And I just want to know why'd you guys come at me like that? I said, I think I know why, but I just want to see if you would tell me. So he starts talking away. And I just let him know. I said, look, I don't really trip on that stuff. I don't really know too much about it. I never went to the state. I said, so I just heard stories, but when I got here, it wasn't like that. And so I didn't appreciate that. He said, what you mean you didn't appreciate it? I said, I didn't appreciate how you guys got at me. I said, I've never disrespected none of you. But I didn't appreciate how you got at me like that. Pull a knife out on me. For no reason. I said, and if you wanted to just run it, we could have just ran it and leave it at that. So his little chest stuck out a little bit. So now he starts talking loud so people could hear. I guess that's what I'm thinking. He wanted the guard to hear. And so as soon as he started talking loud, I just cracked him in the mouth. I just took off on him. And his homeboy that was with him that one time, he didn't even come to his rescue. Because I served him. And I didn't stop serving them until they came to break us up. I didn't have no weapon, nothing. You know, I wasn't that dumb. I wasn't trying to catch more time over this dude. I just wanted to touch him up. The dude couldn't fight. Plain and simple, he couldn't fight. He had no hands. And after I was serving him up, I kind of felt bad after a couple minutes. I mean, because you could do some damage in a couple minutes, and I whooped on this dude for about 3 minutes. And after a while, I felt bad because, you know, he wasn't doing nothing in return. You know, I kind of got mad because he didn't hit me. I wanted him to make me more mad. So I served this dude up. They broke it up. Took us to the hole. We was in the hole. He was wolfing shit through the door. Said when we go to the yard, blah, 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 this and that, this and that. I was like, all right. When they call yard, I said, make sure we go together. You know, so a couple of days went by, and they come to your door and they ask if you want to go to the yard. So I said, yeah. So I put my shoes on, get dressed real quick. It was cold at this time. It was cold. So I put my sweater on and laced up my shoes, and they cuffed me up so they can walk me to the cage. And I'm walking around in circles, just pacing, trying to stretch a little bit. The dude never comes out. So I'm out there like an hour, come back in, and I call him through the door. I said, "What's up? How come you didn't go to the yard?" He said, "They didn't ask me if I wanted to go." I said, "All right." I said, "Next time. We'll catch you next time." He said, "All right. All right. We're going to do that shit." All right, yeah, whatever. A couple of days go by, they call yard again. We had yard 2 days a week. They call yard again. Now, my cell was before his cell, so they always ask me first. So I said, "Yeah, I want to go." Went out there again, did my thing, did some push-ups and shit. He didn't come out again. So this time when they come to get me from the cage, I asked them, "What's up with the dude in cell such?" And I forgot what cell number. But they said, "We don't know." He said he didn't want to go to yard. I said, "Oh, okay." I kind of figured that. So when I asked him how come he didn't go to yard, he said they didn't ask him. I said, "You're a damn lie." I said, "The CO told me that they asked you and you didn't want to go. It's all good, don't even trip." I said, "Everybody can hear you. Everybody can hear us in the hallway. They know you didn't go. They know you refused. You refused to go to yard." That's all they needed to hear. Make a long story short, they ended up shipping him out. I don't know what he told him, but I ended up staying there inside the hole for like 3 weeks, and he never came out the hole. They shipped him out. He went somewhere else. I don't know what's up with that dude, but yeah, it was kind of fun, when I had no fights since I left MDC, and I was there like around like 6 months before when this happened. So I didn't have no fight, but I wanted to. I just, you think about a lot of stuff. You think about a lot of stuff at home. You just want to let some frustration out, and that's what I did. But the other dude that was with them, he came to me, not on a gangbanging level. He came up to me and asked me what happened. I said, "What you mean, what happened?" I said, I didn't like the way you guys came at me like that. And I let him know. Had to serve him up like I'm gonna serve you up. He said, "What you talking about?" I said, "This is exactly what I said. I had to serve him up like I'm gonna serve you up. What's up? Let's run it." He said, "Let's run it." So we went back in a little blind spot and we did our thing. We chunked him for a couple minutes. Actually, we got tired. And we just like instead of fighting, instead of slinging them, we just started like grabbing and trying to catch our wind, and I said, "What's up? You good?" He said, "Yeah, I'm feeding me." I said, "All right." So we let each other go, and I said, "It stays here, right?" He said, "It's all good." He said, I didn't even really want to do that. I was just with him, and he wanted to do that, but I was just with him because, we kicked it. I was like, "Don't even trip, as long as it stays here." I said, "Because I already talked to your homeboys. Your homeboys told me do what I got to do." From there on, we weren't really cool where we talked and kicked it, but we were all right. We passed each other walking. Says what's up, I say what's up, and just leave it as that. But I never left my guard down though. I actually thought he was gonna snake me one day, but no, he didn't. He didn't. And that was the first one. Then a month, about a month later, one thing about me is I was a couple of states away from home, but I was gonna watch Fresno State football. If they were on TV, I was gonna watch it. And it's funny because I'm 18, 19 years old, and I make sure I'm in the TV room first, and I put it on the channel, and it stays on that channel. I don't leave that TV room, and everybody knew that. Everybody knew I was there first, and it was the sports TV room, and so I was there first. I had it on the station. It was gonna stay on that station. And the feds, they had cable. I'll put that in. They had cable, so we had all the cable channels, and so I put on the channel. It's still like 2-3 hours before game time, but I made sure I got in there, first. And then one day, there was this dude from Vegas. He was a black dude. Dude was kind of swole too, and he goes in there. He said, "We're not watching no more Fresno State games." He says, "I don't give a fuck." I said, "Yes, we are." He said, "No, we're not." I said, "Watch." Now, this dude, I'm like 18, 19. He's probably like around in his late 20s. But he's swole. He got some size on him. But I wasn't really tripping because back in my youth, I did about 7 years of wrestling all the way through high school. And in between that time, I was boxing. Nothing major, but I go to the boxing gym and work out with the boxers and the trainers and stuff. Didn't have no fights in the ring other than inside there, but no other fights. So I wasn't even worried about this dude. What I was thinking about is this motherfucker. He gonna try to take a cheap one on me. I know it. So I didn't let my eyes off of him. I just watch him, watching the clock. And so the game is about ready to come on. It's like a half hour before the game. And he goes and he changes his TV. Now, one thing they always told me is if you're watching TV, this is how they ran me down when I first got there. If you're watching TV and somebody changes the TV on you, then it's on. You're going to have to take flight. So he changes the TV and he looks and he starts laughing. He said, "No, I'm just bullshitting." But he leaves the TV. Whatever he put it on, he left it there. I said, "Change it back." He said, "No." I said, "You just said you were bullshitting." I said, "Now why you ain't gonna change back?" He said, "No, I ain't gonna change it back." I said, "So what you mean you're bullshitting then?" He said, I just said I was bullshitting, but I ain't gonna change it back." So I got up and I went and changed it. He changed it back. I changed it. He changed it back. I said, "All right. So what you're trying to say is all right." And before he took a shot on me, I already knew. I already knew I ain't gonna let nobody take off on me first. So I just said, "All right," and I backed up, got like in a staggered stance. That's what you call it. One foot in front of the other. Sized him up, make sure he was in the right distance, and I knocked him. When I knocked him a couple more times. Then this dude was big, and he fucking knocked him. He knocked me, hit me right in the forehead. Right in the forehead, and I buckled. I didn't fall, I buckled, and I backed up. As soon as he came at me, I hit him with a double leg takedown, lifted him up, and dipped that motherfucker so good. I dipped him right on his shoulder and his head, and choked that fool out. And then he started telling people to break it up. He started telling people that were in the TV room to break it up, to get me off him. And I got this dude, I'm behind him, and I got my legs around him. I'm choking this dude out. That UFC shit, way before UFC came out. A rear naked choke. And I choked this motherfucker. And That dude, he was big. He was big, and I didn't really want to let him go because if I let him go, he might fuck me up. And at that point, I'm really thinking about just choking him out. I'm really thinking about, taking his win because I got him choked out. If I would have just squeezed a little bit and maybe dipped his head forward, I would have snapped his neck. So he's telling people, break it up, man, get him off me, get him off me. And so I was saying, nah. I said, nah. I was choking him out, and they try to get me off him, and I just squeezed harder. And I felt that motherfucker choking. And I told him, man, I feel like just killing you right now. He said, nah, man, no, I told you I was just bullshitting. My bad. I was just bullshitting. So eventually I just let up, and they grabbed him, and they separated us. And I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker's gonna fuck me up. All he has to do is take a good one on me. He'd probably knock me out. He was big. And so he walked out the TV room, and I went over to my cell, went and got me a piece, came back. The people that were in there, I said, look, all this is because I was gonna watch Fresno State football game. I said, anybody who was awake, you guys know I was in this TV room first. Anybody got a problem with it, let me know right now. They seen I had a piece. They seen I had a piece in my pocket. And they said, no, good, you good. You was here first, But if you leave, then you're gonna lose your spot. I said, no, I ain't leaving. I said I was never gonna leave. He wanna fuck around, and eventually when the game start, they got their ass whooped. I didn't want to watch that motherfucker no more. By halftime, man, fuck these motherfuckers. I didn't want to watch that shit. And I went out and I seen him. He was in front of his cell. He was on the rail. And I went over there and I leaned on the rail. I said, man, my bad, dude. I said, they in there, they got their ass whooped. They getting their ass whooped. I don't even want to watch that shit no more. I said, I just like to watch them because it reminds me of home. He said, man, I ain't gonna lie. Did you wrestle? And I said, yeah, I wrestled. He said, man, you fucking dipped my motherfucking ass. He said, after that, I was tired. And I said, my bad. I said, we shouldn't even be fighting over no fucking TV. That TV ain't ours. We don't pay the cable bill. And, that's the man's TV. He said, well, I was really bullshitting. I said, well, I wasn't. I said, I didn't want you to fucking knock me out. He said, no, I wasn't gonna do that. He goes, man, I'm look how big I am. He goes, if I would have hit you, he goes, I probably would have broken your neck or something. I said, well, I'm glad you did me, but I'm glad I hit you first because I wasn't trying to get hit. I wasn't trying to get knocked out. So from there on, we was good. We was good, no more problems. Anyways, I got some more stories, little incidents that happened with me and in there. I was running solo. I was the only dog in there. People didn't even know about the Bulldogs then, but people just knew about them from what I told them. But they really didn't know about them. They learned that shit from me. But I'll tell you guys some other ones. These other dudes start coming in from up north. They knew about it. They knew about the Bulldogs, and we ran it. We ran it. I'll tell you guys about that one in my next video. Kind of busy, man. I've been so fucking busy. I wish I had some money so I could hire somebody to help me. But I'll put another video out probably later on tonight. I haven't put none out. Actually, I got some recorded. I just haven't put in no picture on them or nothing. But as soon as I do that, I must put this one. This one be the, I think, third one, I think. I got two more. I got two recorded already. With that being said, hit the likes, subscribe, comment, I appreciate you subscribers that subscribe. You know, share my stories. And let people know. Let people know I'm trying to blow up my channel. You know, I'm speaking all the truth, my experiences, nobody else's, nobody's stories, all me. So with that being said, hope everybody's in good health. Hope your families are in good health. Hope your kids are safe. Peace.